Alright, thanks for tuning in, guys, to another Reddit in-house game. The teams, I don't know if they're actually gonna... This was a DC game, but they are coming back, so I'm just gonna pretend like the DC never happened, even though I just acknowledged it. This is your caster, Azel. Or Tyler. Whichever you'd like to call me. Or Cindy on the weekends. That's a secret. Okay. Blue team banning out in Italy first. It's a very interesting ban, actually. It's not a typical ban. You don't really see that. But we'll see if they actually do end up spot banning here, and Jax was taken away from the blue team. And while they go over their bans, actually no, I'll do that later. So blue team actually taking some thought. They're gonna see who they're gonna ban. Volibear does get taken out. Purple team might actually have someone on their team who is very solid with Volibear, so that's not a bad choice. Volibear is pretty good also, so it looks like a lot of top laners are getting hated down in this game as Olaf gets banned by purple team. And we'll see what the last ban for blue team is. Coming out Renekton, just hating down. There's 5 top laners gone. And junglers, except Nilly. Alright, some purple team's final ban here. They have about 15 seconds to decide. They're actually putting some thought in. Graves is getting taken away. So the first pick is going to Inhouse. Be prepared for me to butcher everyone's names here. I apologize in advance if you guys watch it. It's gonna be a slaughter of names. It's gonna be awful. So Inhouse definitely putting some thought into who he's going to pick here. A lot of good options, and Orianna's going to be the first pick here. If he does lock it in, that's an interesting choice. I don't know how I feel about that. Opening up with the AP mid pick is definitely interesting. Alright, so that's going to send Megs and Barnabas to purple team. I didn't really get to do any introductions for the teams, and I'll do that in the 3-minute delay. So they're actually putting some thought into what they're going to pick here. Jarvan's coming out. Very solid pick. I think they did this in the DC game. And he switched last second to Kale. Megs might get the AFK pick here. That's going Talon. I don't know if you meant that. So the banana nana, and the rolling dozer are actually going to be picking now. I'm actually interested if Megs did actually random Talon, or they did pick that right at the last second. And Nocturne's coming out. Not a bad choice. So Alistar's coming out here. They're gonna have. I'm probably gonna say it's support Alistar. Now Nomad's coming out strong with the Urgot. That might be their AD here. Crimmage actually taking his time now, seeing what they're going to ban. Now Alistar could be in any of the lanes, which is why I think it's interesting. I mean, they have the Orianna pick, so that's probably mid. Evelyn here. Oh, into the Nautilus. Yeah, just trolling around here. Now, Genocide George, very violent name, coming out with the Twisted Fate pick. Now, since they already have Orianna, it makes me wonder if he's going to be AD Twisted Fate, which actually does work, and is actually potent, just not as potent as AP. And Malphite, very solid top laner, very, very solid top laner. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, like, well, actually I don't know, that could be a support Jarvan. Or it could be top. It might be top lane. I wouldn't be surprised if they hadn't picked their support yet and they go for like a Soraka. Soraka Urgot is just a fantastic lane because Urgot can just spam all day and then just never run out of mana or health. And it's just a sustained lane, and it would definitely help him dominate that early game. But no, we're actually going to see the Mordekaiser pick. Maybe. If that is the choice, that's going to be really interesting. We're going to have a very fascinating game on our hands. We're going to have to give it a second to see. It's got about 12 seconds to decide. Both teams looking very confusing. I mean, purple team does need some AP. Okay, there's the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank Urgot actually is a solid lane if he is going to support Crank. Now that we have the 30 seconds up, I'm going to kind of introduce the teams here. We have on the blue team, as I butcher their name here. Here we go. Inhouse on Orianna. The Banana on Alistar. Rolling Dozer on the Jungle Nocturne here. On Malphite. Genocide George. He's going to be Twisted Fate here. Probably AP. Who knows? AD. We'll find out. We have Megs on the purple team leading the way. Megs on Talon. We have Burnibus. Burnibus on Jarvan. Sorry. Crimage on the Jungle Nautilus here. Nomads 93 on Urgot, and Sacred Venge is on the Blitzcrank. Let me handle this here. Oh, you all know my real identity. I'm Bruce Wayne. You got me. Alright, so I'm going to kind of go over the lanes that I actually know what's going to be happening. Jungle Nautilus, as I've said many times before, if you've actually seen me cast more than once, extremely strong jungler. Fantastic. I think Nocturne's going to have a little trouble keeping up in terms of the game. No, not that kind of Skype. What's going to be interesting, Blitzcrank can be played AP, but I think that actually, like, if anything, he's going to be support with Talon mid to kind of counter Orianna. And, alright. I think we actually are going to get Got Milk in here to help me cast this awesome game here. And that's gonna make the music turn down. I'm sorry if you really liked that. I know the music was pretty jazzy, you know, got me going. Just but maybe one day he'll pick up. We're gonna get him in here. And so we have 30 seconds on the delay, so this is actually going to be a really interesting game because I do think the Twisted Fate is going AD, which I haven't seen a lot. I haven't really seen a really good Twisted Fate AD player in a while. Hopefully that is the case. I really do want to see that in this game. I'm actually interested to see how the Urgot will do against that.
There we go.
Hey, you got it to work, huh?
Yep. So, what's up?
Oh, not much. It's actually 5 seconds about to start, and you can actually jump in here.
Sounds good.
Oh,
there we go. Okay, I'm joining into the thingy.
Cool. I was just actually talking about how weird the kind of picks were. Like,
you need my expertise on decoding the hidden meaning of these in-house games.
Exactly. Exactly.
Picks will never be standard. That's the rule. That's the guarantee.
I'm quickly learning that. I think I'm really hoping we're looking at like an 80 Twisted Fate here. Like.
Oh, cool. Is there a blitz in the game?
there is a Blitzcrank. Sacred Venge is playing him. But the Talon pick kind of confuses me because it was like right at the last second, like where it could have been a random Talon pick, like just randomed.
Oh, the Blitz is on the other team. Yeah. Twisted Fate plus Blitzcrank is absurd.
Oh yeah.
80 Twisted Fate plus Blitzcrank. 80 Cannon, 80 Twisted Fate. Any sort of 80 carry with a hard CC that locks him down in place just makes Blitzcrank the most ridiculous support in the game.
It's true, just because like I was playing actually against an 80 Twisted Fate in Dominion the other day, and he was able to just take me down to about half health in the duration of one stun, just of his own, and that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I think 80 Twisted Fate is a little underrated. People actually think it's a troll pick, but really, it's not that bad.
No, it's not. There's worse.
There are definitely worse, and he actually has a decent steroid, and a passive steroid at that, which not many people realize about Twisted Fate.
And one of the few potential ADs that actually just have hard CC with that stun.
Yeah. And if I were to see a team play 80 Twisted Fate in a serious setting, it would definitely be M5. Because they can really take something like 80 Twisted Fate and work it into their, team comps.
Absolutely.
They did. He gets like a 20% passive attack speed buff, which is actually, it's not as much as something like a Tristana steroid, which is 90%, but it's passive, it's always up. So by all means, it's not that bad.
No, definitely not. Yeah, it is really solid. That's why it actually is really good. And we're actually seeing some interesting starting items, like from Jarvan, who's actually going to start with the Elixir of Agility and wards. Makes me think he's going to be doing support.
With those wards?
What's that? What's he going to do?
Know what he's going to do with those wards? He's going to put them right down in the middle of the lane, and he's going to troll you with it. See, aren't you glad it's Baranabas's legendary green pot start? Oftentimes it's just for trolling. Oftentimes, if he's actually playing a win, he'll still do it because, especially as an AP mid with a ranged auto attack, early game, the auto attacks actually do a significant amount of damage. Anyway, I'm gonna let you cast the action this game, all right? Because I know you're the one who's streaming.
Oh, okay, that's fine. And they're actually Blitzcrank's gonna land the grab on Orianna early, but she's just gonna be able to walk away. They're not really gonna be able to pick up on that. They kind of had some split damage on Nocturne and Orianna, and Urgot's got to be a little careful here. He has taken a couple turret shots, and Orianna's kind of being disruptive with that ball. They need to be... Purple team was on the offensive, and now they need to be really careful. And Twisted Fate goes in there with a stun, but Orianna actually is taking some massive damage, and Talon's going to fall from the blue team. From the purple team, actually. Blue team's going to pick up first blood despite being on the defensive, and Blitzcrank's actually getting really low. Malphite's just charging in there, and the flash...
It's interesting to note the Megs on Talon didn't actually have flash, only heal and ignite, so she got caught in there, and then she had to all in because she had no way of getting out.
Oh yeah, that's the bad news. And Blitzcrank's going in, doesn't want to let Twisted Fate go back, and that's going to be a mistake there, popping the passive from Blitzcrank. Luckily he had that, and that was a very just interesting beginning to this, what's going to be a weird game. I think it's going to be weird.
Yep. The jungler for Red Team is Nautilus.
Yeah, and he's soaking up the XP mid. He's got nothing else to do.
XP mid, which is nice, but he's probably going to want to get some help on that blue buff, because Nautilus really, unlike Nocturne, he's not the fastest kind of clear in the game, and Nocturne with that Claw 5 didn't even have to go back after taking a lot of damage in that level 1 engage.
Exactly.
Whereas Nautilus, he might be in a little bit more trouble. Hasn't actually put a single point into any of his abilities yet.
I think he's trying to hold on to it as long as possible. He's level 2 now, so he can get 2 in there, but I think he wanted to make sure he could get that shield so he actually could have a chance in the jungle.
Yeah. Many junglers, Udyr is another one of them. Obviously, Udyr, you want to start generally Phoenix stance, but also Tiger stance. But if you're doing an invade, it makes a lot of sense to not put any points into that Phoenix or Tiger, because you might want to put one into Bear.
Exactly.
I think he probably wanted to hold it for that dredge line, and then didn't really see an opportunity to use the dredge line, so went ahead and put it into Titan's Wrath, I believe, is the skill you want to max when you're jungling. So good stuff.
And you're right about the wards. There is the tri-ward mid.
Ooh, yeah. Actually, this is a reference. There's a hilarious... I did a post-game interview with Baranabas. He's a hilarious guy. I don't even remember the name of it. I know it's on the YouTube channel for Milkcast. it explains this Tri-Brush War. He tries to summon the Bermuda Triangle. And he says it helps him focus, but doesn't really look like it's helping him out this much this game.
No, he's not. He's taking some harass.
Yeah,
Twisted Fate.
There.
Twisted Fate's actually putting some damage on Talon. This is actually kind of surprising. He's going to back off. He's taking a lot of minion damage, and this could be the opportunity Talon needs. And oh, he actually blew cards. I think he wanted the yellow card there, and this is going to be really close, and Twisted Fate's going to... Oh my god. Wow. The auto attack off. Twisted Fate walks away with the victory there.
God, Genocide George is such a character in these in-house games. He's actually going back instead of soaking up, it's like 7 or 8 minions, but
oh yeah, that's a ton that he's missing out there.
Poor Megs. I missed my W. I have a language filter apparently enabled, so all I saw was star you, but I think we all know what she was trying to say. Right?
Oh yeah. And that's, you know, that one point into that E, and oh, Blitzcrank lands a good grab on Alistair, and that's going to be bad news. Oriana's going to give him the speed buff, but it's not going to be enough, and Blitzcrank's going to pick up that kill. And what I was saying about the Twisted Fate is I think that 1 point in E from Twisted Fate made the difference there, instead of getting the wild card.
Yeah. At level, you know, right now that stack deck deals 57 magic damage compared to the 60 damage on wildcard, so it is actually a little bit less damage. But the nice thing is, it's sort of like Kennan's W. It's kind of, you know, every couple of attacks you get a consistent 60 magic damage, unlike that skill shot wildcards, which draws mana and also has the potential to miss.
Exactly. Talon's jumping onto the Twisted Fate, and they're both at about half health right now. I think Talon just wanted to get the burst poke in that Talon does best, and now Twisted Fate's kind of charging back in there. But it's kind of making a mistake here. This is going to be really close, and the Rake is actually going to hit this time, but the minions are going to finish it off, making it a 1-for-1. That was just kind of saying hi. Talon kind of avenging themselves.
These guys are such characters. Yeah, just in terms of the people who usually play in these in-houses, which are, you know, there's no LO to be won or lost. It's just kind of, you know, sometimes they kind of agree on, you know, having a fun game. Sometimes it's more a serious game. This seems to be one of the more fun games.
Exactly.
Baranabas, Megs, Nomads, Sacred Venge, Niminos, Banana, and Genocide George are all frequents.
Ooh, and Malphite's putting some good damage on Jarvan, who's going to have to use Summoner Heal, and he's trying to escape, but he's going to have to flash out after getting dredge-lined, and now Nocturne's coming in bottom lane. Alistair lands the headbutt onto Urgot. The exhaust is coming off. I'll be surprised if he gets away from this. And oh, Blitzcrank tries to grab Alistair away, and Urgot's trying to find some safety in the river. He's running away, but the Nocturne is just going to slime him and kind of catch up. Here's the fear. It's going to come off, and the red buff is going to be applied. This is going to be an easy kill for them. It's just going to be who gets it. Oh, and the shield comes up.
I think Alistair didn't want to take it. His headbutt was off cooldown, which surely would have finished him off when the fear was going down. But it wasn't until they actually got... Oh, wow.
Oh.
Sacred Venge.
He needs to be a little careful there, and he's just going to go down. He just kind of... That was a free kill for them.
He really anticipated that.
Yeah.
And the flash was up for Banana. He did a nice job to kind of maximize the amount of CC he puts down. Obviously, people know about the WQ combo on Alistair, but that's sort of, you know, it's a nice way to keep someone in place, but it actually reduces the overall disable you throw out.
Exactly.
So it was a nice job to flash in, hit the Q, kind of, that's the knock-up position behind, and then hit that headbutt to knock him back towards you. So good job from... I don't know what Sacred Venge was doing there, the Blitz. I think he was maybe just a little... There was no vision in the river, so I think he just kind of got a little bit blindsided.
Definitely. I think that's what happened. That was kind of awkward for him. I think we are actually looking at AD Twisted Fate just based on the boots that he's going for. At least attack speed, maybe.
Could be... Do you know Civ HD? He's a well-known YouTube personality for League of Legends.
No, I'm not familiar, actually.
He makes these funny little guides, and one of them is @MogsTF. And it's sort of, it's not a troll build, it's just a sort of off-standard build, and pretty much you use the power of that consistent stun, you use the power of your initiation with ulti, and then you build, you know, very tanky. That could be what we see Genocide George trying and doing. Oh, and a nice dredge line.
Oh, that was very solid. It's going to make Twisted Fate flash out of there to avoid the rake and further death that would have ensued if he didn't flash there.
Yeah. It is interesting, though, if Talon goes all in, and and Twisted Fate finds himself in trouble. The only hard CC Talon has is that silence, and maybe we're going to see Genocide George be able to port out of potential trouble. Obviously, Nautilus has 3 forms of CC, which can kind of stop that. But just in terms of getting against Talon, if Talon opens up with that combo and George says, you know, I'm not in a good spot, it will be easy for him to kind of get out of it relatively easily.
That would actually be really entertaining to watch. Just see, oh, Talon's going in hard on him, and I'm just going to disappear.
Haters gonna hate.
Exactly. Exactly. And it looks like...
By the way, are you using directed camera or manual camera this time?
I've been using some directed, a little both, more directed than usual.
I'm gonna try it.
Directed is actually really good.
Yeah.
I did, like, once it came out, I made a quick little video, and Talon's actually going in on Twisted Fate a little bit, but not much. And Malphite's actually going to ult into Jarvan with the Ignite, and that's going to be an easy kill for Malphite.
Yeah.
And, oh, Nautilus is coming in. This should be an easy pickup for Nautilus here if he's... Oh, he misses the dredge line. Oh, and this... Malphite's going to try to escape.
Putting Yelty down on an Urgot, by the way, at blue buff.
Oh, yeah, good catch.
Malphite. Oh wow, Malphite actually picking up the kill. Image getting a little bit too aggressive.
Just kind of waltzed into that turret range. Just kind of took it. I don't really know what he's trying to do there. And Talon's actually just going crazy on Twisted Fate. Does the whole burst combo with the Rake. Might be able to take him down. One more auto attack. The Ignite goes off from Twisted Fate onto Talon. And he's going to get away. The wild card almost takes him out. Very low. Very close. And we missed the kill on Blitzcrank, bottom.
Yeah, so blue team did pick up a dragon, and Blitzcrank went in to try and stop it and wasn't available.
Oh, yes.
And he wasn't able to.
That's going to put 9-2 in favor of blue team, who's now up about 4,000 gold. But, like I was saying, like with the directed camera, when it first came out, I made a quick little video. Just kind of going over, like, I casted a game completely with just directed camera on. And I just sat there, and it actually never missed any kills. And the ult from Urgot's coming out. He's missing the skill shot. Oriana's going to have to flash to survive, and that might not be enough still. Getting hit by all of Urgot's abilities, and this is going to be a death on Oriana, and he's just going to be able to escape just in time. One more turret hit would have killed him. And it actually, and like I was saying, you know, it really does catch everything. It really does. Yeah. It's fantastic.
I think the thing I don't like about it is that I sort of don't want to catch everything, and if I get on a train of thought, it's you know, it's a little bit disorienting for it to be like, oh no, look at this thing that's happening, and it's just like someone trading auto attacks.
Exactly. Like that's also the downside when there's Nocturne's.
The movement is a little strange.
The ultimate from Nautilus coming out. Nocturne's gonna have to flash out of there to avoid the dredge line. And Talon's ultimate almost finishing off Nocturne. I think he might bleed out here. Just one more auto attack will finish him off. Talon's going to get that. And oh, Malphite comes in, instantly takes down Nautilus. It looks like Twisted Fate's ulting in. And this is just going to be more kills for blue team here. I don't think Jarvan's going to be able to get out of this here. They're in pursuit. And oh, the Jarvan ultimate.
That is a nice move. Oh, but unfortunately he was out of mana.
Yeah.
See, what you can do on Jarvan, you know, that ulti is obviously a 3.5 second sort of immobilizer, and if you ult someone and then use your EQ to get out of it yourself, they'll be stuck in and you won't, and it is quite strong. Ooh, did you see Oriana missing the ult down bot?
Oh yeah, directed camera helped me out there. That was so close. If she would have done just a little sooner, it would have just been an easy kill on Blitzcrank.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. But sometimes it'll like you say, you're going off on a tangent, and it's like, no, I would rather look at bottom lane practicing last hitting. And oh, Alistar doing the combo in ulting under turret. This should be an easy pickup on Blitzcrank. Oh, but the speed is enough, and oh, Oriana's going to use command attack to finish that off. Nautilus snaring Oriana, but luckily she doesn't have turret aggro. She's going to try to run away, but Urgot's coming in full force. If he plays this right, this could be a double kill. And oh, the clutch Alistar. Oh my god, what is the range on that?
Nice job on that cue.
That is fantastic.
It will hit in a fog of war. It's absurd. I played a lot of Urgot Season 1 back when people were playing 80 carries mid. And the range on it is just absurd.
And there goes the ultimate from Urgot onto Nocturne, but it's really not going to be for anything. And Talon's actually doing some damage to Twisted Fate top lane, but they're just kind of harassing each other back and forth, having a little tickle fight. There's not really much going on.
Yeah. It does look like Twisted Fate has built up that Riddle's Lantern. It's going to give him some nice armor against the entirely physical damage of Talon.
Exactly. Who doesn't have the brutalizer yet or anything like that. So, whoa, the big damage coming off though. The Wriggles is not enough to keep Twisted Fate alive from that burst, and that's going to be a quick kill for Talon.
Talon is one of the strongest kind of damage champs, pure damage champs in the game. Very, very underrated.
Absolutely.
Meg's doing a nice job.
I prefer Talon as kind of like a counter pick. Yeah, who's going crazy? And the ultimates are going off. Malphite picked up a kill top lane, but Nocturne finished off Blitzcrank bottom. That's going to put blue team ahead by almost 10 kills. They're up 15 to 6. About a 6,000 gold lead. This is actually really one-sided.
I don't know if you watch Go for Lols. Obviously, Go for Lols are organized in the NA server, the EU West server, and the EU Nordic and East server. If you ever watch the Nordic East Go for Lols, they're exactly like this, where 14 minutes into the game you see a score of like 15-15 or 15-6. So we're sort of like, this in-house game is going to prepare us for a professional casting career for ESL in EU Nordic East. A little bit of an ulti going down mid, by the way, from Jarvan on the Nocturne.
Oh, the Ignite's going off. He might actually try to dive this here, and he's going to finish him off with a nice little skill shot there, and he's just going to waltz out. Not a problem. Not even close.
Not even close, baby.
Not even, baby.
He still had his heal off the entire time, so...
Exactly. It wasn't even a problem. And Nautilus is trying to make some big plays bottom. He's hiding in the tri-bush. They don't have that warded, so they're playing off complete intuition. I mean, Blitzcrank kind of showed the hand there a lot by just charging in by himself. I mean, if you just see a Blitzcrank charging in by himself and neither of you are low enough to die to his burst, it's like, oh, he must have someone nearby. And Talon going in on Twisted Fate, trying to do some damage, taking him to about half, and he's going to have to back off. I think at this point, Talon's going to be winning this lane, as long as he keeps playing smart like that. But Malphite's coming in, and ooh, Twisted Fate's going to ult to catch up, and will Malphite ultimate for this?
This is also going to, by the way, going to be able to spot Megs when she uses her ult.
Exactly. And there you go.
Nice. So, by the way, in terms of stealth detection, Urgot can, if he hits his E, it will hit any target, whether they're stealth or not, whether they're in Fog of War or not. Oh wow, actually Alistair.
Whoa, that was a really good headbutt.
Perfect headbutt, perfect pulverize. However, Urgot does have that ulti up.
He's going to have to flash out of there. Now Jarvan's going in and dodges the Malphite ult. That was very impressive. A very late reaction by Malphite, though. And now Jarvan's going to just waltz away. Alistair and Urgot kind of hanging out bottom lane. And oh, here comes the Nautilus and Blitzcrank coming in, flanking from the side. They want Orianna. They want to go for it. The Nautilus ultimate's going off into the knockup from Blitzcrank, getting dredge lines. There's so much crowd control going on right now. This is just ridiculous. I think she was crowd controlled long enough to just read a book and just kind of be like, oh crap.
Season 1, it was the ABCs: Alistair, Blitz, Cho. I think these days it's probably Blitz, Nautilus, Leona, maybe something like that. And nice ulti from front of us.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the heal. Oh my gosh, he might live if he gets a shield. And no, it's not up. But Nocturne walked away with a kill there, but he did actually get dunked by the Dunk Master.
Dunk Master Jarvan.
Now Urgot's kind of in pursuit of Alistair here, and going to run into a Malphite. This Malphite's doing extremely well, 6-0 right now, and this is just a matter of time. Godlike Malphite in the mid lane. Very impressive showing.
Malphite mid really is sort of underrated. Obviously a lot of people think you need to build armor on Malphite, but he does have some decent AP ratios. Oh, and this looks like it's going to be a very, very dead Blitzcrank.
Very suicidal. Top.
I don't know if Sacred Venge is lagging or what. We usually see him do a fantastic job. It's like he's having a little bit of trouble. You see him often just kind of like pausing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, end of the lane, and that is often indicative of like I'm actually in Hong Kong and I play with 180 ping, and ping is fine, but it's the packet loss, and sometimes you'll be clicking and clicking and clicking, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, okay, I'm stopped here in the middle of the lane, and they're eating on me. So
exactly.
Who knows? Sacred Bench might be having a little bit of trouble. Although then again, as the saying goes, the problem does often exist between the user and the keyboard. So. Hard to know.
Exactly.
It's going to be interesting to see what Genocide George wants to build. It looks like he is going Triforce, Twisted Fate.
That's good.
He's not going to decide and go for that. He's not going to be as survivable, but he is going to have a lot of damage.
kind of doing a bush dance in mid. Malphite looking kind of rough right now. He's going to try to get out of there. Talon is in pursuit, but Twisted Fate's going to ult in there. He's got the gold card ready, and the Nautilus ultimate's going off on Twisted Fate. They're going to hard switch to him, and that's going to be one dead card master there. And Malphite's doing the huge damage to Jarvan, taking him down. Actually, Nocturne also getting a double kill bottom lane.
Yeah, down bot it was a 2-for-1. Urgot just barely picked up the kill on the Orianna with a very long range Q. Past turret, but Nocturne, he did take a lot of damage, and then Nocturne, after picking up the kill on Sacred Venge, was able to just go ahead and auto attack down the Urgot.
I'm glad you caught that. I was watching mid. Yeah, this is definitely looking even more one-sided as it goes along. I mean, purple team's really got to make some big plays in order to come back here. What do you think they could do to actually turn this around, if anything, at this point?
If purple team were to get a flawless team fight, I think they do actually have a relatively big advantage. Malphite is very scary, obviously, but once he puts that ulti down, he can sort of, to a degree, be ignored a little bit more than some of the other bruisers. Someone like an Udyr, someone like a Lee Sin. Lots of these, tanky bruiser damage dealers are a little bit more on the damage, whereas Malphite's a little bit more on the tankiness. And you saw for red team that mid fight went very badly for them because they just put so much effort into killing the Malphite, who has, if we check actually, he has just gone ahead and bought a Abyssal Scepter, but even before that he had 2.4k HP and 160 armor, and they were just beating at him and, not really making a dent.
Exactly.
If they kind of ignore them a little bit more, I really think that between Nautilus, Blitz, Talon, they do have some good damage threats.
And Twisted Fate and Talon are dueling top, and Talon's going to walk away with the win.
Megs actually picks it up, and this is sort of it. All else equal, if you get into a melee meat grinder fight, and they put the damage down on Nocturne. Oh, actually, it's going down bot.
That's gonna be one dead Orianna. She's gonna flash out there. That's gonna be close, and yet the Blitzcrank grab is gonna pick that up. The long range punch right in the face, and it looks like Alistair's gonna face check the bush that has Jarvan in it, just wailing away on him. Will Alistair? He's gonna ward over, and that was a perfect. That was clutch.
Very nicely done from Banana.
He's not out of trouble yet, but Malphite is there to ultimate into the Jarvan ult, which made it like a battle dome, and now Nocturne's ulting in, and Blitzcrank is going to fall pretty quickly to Malphite, who is now legendary, and Nocturne's going to fall in the middle of that. Nautilus is now the next one, getting pretty low. Malphite's trying to focus him down. Now taking turret. The Nautilus ult is going to finish it off, and Talon's going to pick up the kill on Malphite. That's what they needed right there. They needed to pick off, they needed to kill that Malphite, pick up the extra 600 gold from killing him, and now they got it on a person that really they could use it with.
Yeah, but if you look at blue team's team comp, red team has that Talon, that Urgot, that Blitz, that, just a lot of sort of single target kind of assassin-y or CC kind of threats. And that's perfect because blue team has the Nocturne, the Twisted Fate, and the Orianna, none of whom are particularly tanky. So if they get baited into blowing a lot of cooldowns on either the Alistair or maybe the Malphite, it's going to be trouble for them. If they can get in there on the Twisted Fate, on Orianna, it is going to be, probably going to go in their favor.
And actually did
significant amounts of damage.
Yeah, Megs picked up the kill on Orianna. Nocturne picked up the kill back onto Megs on Talon, and Jarvan's actually going to be able to get away from there. That's going to be a 2-to-1. Oh, Blitzcrank lands the grab on Twisted Fate. This could be really bad for him, and Jarvan needs to watch out.
He's going to pull Twisted Fate in range of Jarvan. But by the way, we did see there that Twisted Fate revealed Megs the Talon in her ulti. Ulti obviously giving her invisibility, kind of stealth. However, Twisted Fate sees right through that. So Twisted Fate, sort of an underrated pick against someone like a Shaco, an Akali. Anyone who has that sort of short duration talent, short duration stealth. You can kind of pick them up with that with that Twisted Fate ult.
Exactly. It's just like an oracle's at your fingertips.
Yeah, it's global. The only way to stop it is either Quicksilver Sash or actually BB will stop it, in case you didn't know. So if you're sitting there in the middle of your base and a Twisted Fate ult see it, he won't get vision of you, which I think is quite interesting.
Wait, what was that last part? Yeah.
If Twisted Fate pops his ulti and you have you have your BV shield on,
gotcha.
He won't have eyes on you.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Also, Nocturne ulti, sort of, there's both a Nocturne and a Twisted Fate in this game on the same team. if a BV on red team, if there's a BV on red team and Nocturne ultis, you won't lose vision.
That's interesting. Wow.
Not really so valuable, but and then also of course the same thing for QSS.
Malphite ulting in onto Jarvan, who's
missing actually Talon,
yeah.
who did a nice job to get in there right after
exactly.
that.
So Talon did finish off Twisted Fate, and Malphite finished off Jarvan, but it looks like one dead Talon here. And Orianna's in pursuit of Blitzcrank. Got some robot-on-robot action. The Orianna ult is melting them all. Nocturne's just cleaning up all the kills, and looks like that's going to be an ace for blue team, who's going to walk away. They've been dominating all game. This is just, it's not looking good for the purple team / red team.
Yeah. Do you have chat enabled, by the way?
I don't have, I can't see the in-game chat, but I do see, like, the other stuff.
Oh, yeah, you can go ahead, go to your options, go to more options, and it says show all chat if you want to turn it on. Just some friendly trash talk coming on. Obviously, Twisted Fate got picked up at the end of that, so after his team gets the ace, he says, "Where team?" Sort of, I guess, a deconstruction of typical all chat in a normal solo queue game. I mean, honestly, these players know each other. I think they, I don't really think you're gonna see a whole lot of rage or BM that's genuine.
Oh yeah.
No wards down at Baron, and that Twisted Fate ult I think made red team a little bit minded about the fact that they don't have any eyes on Baron. You saw Jarvan, Talon, and Nautilus all heading in that direction. By the way, in case you saw it, Malphite, in case you didn't see it, Malphite picked up a Deathfire Grasp. So I think Deathfire Grasp is hugely underrated, and it's going to be interesting to see the amount of single target burst you can throw down.
And actually, Twisted Fate dodging that rake from Talon, that was fantastic. And now he's just doing massive damage to him, and just now the Deathfire's Grasp is actually coming out from Malphite onto Nautilus, and the flash stun from Twisted Fate.
He's
Talon
popping his ulti right now. And a nice juke from Megs.
That was fantastic, but
gonna be enough.
Yeah, this might be some death coming here. Once he gets the stun off, there we go. The stun card's gonna be enough.
So Malphite, the FG, what'd you think? Did it look? Did it use like, did he use it effectively? Did it do a lot of damage?
It was kind of just like a poke. It was just kind of like, hey, I'm here. Look, I have Deathfire's Grasp. You're gonna have to deal with it.
Bananas done it again. He loves that move.
That is such a clever move.
The headbutt can be used in escape, but only if you actually have the vision for when Nautilus actually pegging the wall. There.
I haven't really seen that until today. That was actually, I'm learning a lot. And the Malphite will just chunking the Urgot, who's going to go down, and Blitzcrank's going to...
didn't even have a chance to use his ulti there.
Blitzcrank tried to flash over the wall, and it failed, and Twisted Fate's going to finish off the Nautilus. A little playful banner, like you said, the noob support coming out, yeah.
Pretty much for those watching the stream, if you saw this in a solo queue game, you'd be like, ugh, idiots. But if it's done ironically, it becomes funny.
Exactly.
So that's sort of that's the rule of these in-houses. Yeah.
No, definitely, and like I said,
you learned to love it.
Yeah, like you said, you know these people a little better than I do, so you can give a little better insight in terms of that. Now they're making a big press middle. They're finally actually making some sort of progress towards ending this game. They're kind of going with the theory of when you're winning, win harder in terms of just getting control of the entire map, grabbing all the buffs.
M5 versus... Oh wow, a nice splash ulti, but it is down to the Nocturne as opposed to maybe the Orianna or the Twisted Fate.
Blitzcrank's going to fall pretty quickly, and there's Urgot getting chunked down. Once again, he's taking massive damage, but Nocturne's getting fairly low himself, and the Dunk Master's not going to be able to finish it while Noct picks up a triple kill.
Yeah. Very nicely done. How much lifesteal does he have? I think he's just got the lifesteal from his Wriggles, which is about 15%. But he was able to stay alive throughout that.
And they did actually agree to surrender.
Yep. So, did you watch the the M5 versus TSM?
Yeah, how about that game 3? How about that game 3?
When they were pushed all the way to the Nexus turrets, took down a Nexus turret, and then weren't able to finish the game. So, would have been interesting to see a sort of, this was obviously not like that game where we saw the team who was pushing also being the team who was in the kind of advantage in terms of hold and team fights and stuff. But I mean, it is an interesting sort of balance between how hard you push, how well you team fight, because ultimately it either comes down to a surrender vote or taking the Nexus down, and you will never win on kills alone. It's more of a a fine line, fine balance between that. But this game a little bit more snowbally. They had the kills that M5 had in yesterday's game and the pushing that TSM had. So it's really no chance for purple team, red team to come back and win it. I like Nautilus's build.
Okay, let me wrap this up for the recording, and then we'll get this going. I think they're gonna do another one, so I'm gonna jump into this one if you're interested.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll either play or I'll cast. We'll see.
So thanks for tuning in. If you like the video, I plan on doing more casts, and if you have any feedback for me, let me know. And if you actually really like the cast, make sure to follow me and subscribe on YouTube. I really enjoy that. So once again, thanks for tuning in. And if you want to plug yourself, man.
Well, no, don't. Okay, fine. Mine's so Asil. We're doing a bit of co-casting in these Reddit in-house games. If you want to get in on the Reddit in-house games, go ahead. Open up your client, your League of Legends client, and join the Reddit in-house channel on the NA server. His stream, by the way, is of course if you're tuning in, Asil TV, twitch.tv/Asil TV. Right?
Azel TV, but yeah, it's spelled the same. You almost got it.
One of these days I'm going to do it. Anyway, at any rate, go ahead, tune into his, mine's twitch.tv/milkcast. That's milk, M1LK cast. So anyway, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to end the recording.
Cool. You know what you could do in XSplit